Hey everybody, how we doing? So I want to talk about this play right here, and we will go over perhaps why some people missed it. I know some people did get into it. Thank you for those who are DMing me saying there was nothing wrong with it. But at the end of the day, I'm here to make sure everyone's learning, everyone's earning, and if there is if there's some type of a miscommunication or people don't understand what a candle close is or something of that nature, then I need to make sure that they do understand it. Okay, so initially I was a little annoyed because I thought that people were paying more attention to the chat than what I was saying. I thought they just were, everyone was lost in the chat instead of paying attention to BTC updates, but apparently that wasn't the case. The case was that people just didn't understand. I got at least 5 messages from people that didn't understand what a candle close was. So, it's completely okay. You guys are here to learn. I understand. I'm happy to, walk you guys through the play and let you know what happened. First off, let's reread what I wrote here, okay? I want to go from the top because sometimes I definitely do word things in a interesting manner, let's say. But you have to understand that the way I word things is based off of pretty much my confidence level. You have to understand that if someone has a portfolio of, let's say, 0.1 Bitcoin, right? I don't want to just say in the chat, long here, because then that person is going to think it's some type of a confident play, and it's not. Okay, this wasn't a high confidence play, guys. This was a play where you need to evaluate your own risk tolerance and what you're willing to risk, and you should understand a play like this. Okay, you guys have to understand. I've been doing this for a while, and sometimes I put just obvious entries, like I'll say long and I'll say the number, but for that is more for plays that are higher confidence and plays where the price action doesn't move for a bit, right? So pretend we're like near the bottom of the big triangle right now. You guys know the big triangle on the 1 day. If we get down towards here on the big triangle on the 1 day, I will say the exact number because it's not a short-term play. It's a more long-term play. The number is the number, and the stop loss will be where the stop loss is. But if you're talking about an intraday play, please see it from my perspective. If I say long 74.33, okay, if I say that, and someone comes back from AFK, and the price action does a BART, and they say, oh, Chase said long 74.33, then they jump in right there, okay? And they don't understand the trade, so they're jumping in, and it's about to break support, and they're about to lose their money, okay? So I can't just always say the number because people just want to, they'll just come back, they'll just look at the number and say, oh, okay, Chase said get in here, I'm in. That's not how it works. This is an intraday, short-term play, and it needs to be understood, okay? So let's walk through what I said. We'll try to get to the bottom of this sort of, and so no one misses it next time. So at this point in the chart, this is what it looked like, okay? We had broken the downward trend here, and we were starting to peak above the 50 RSI, okay? I said this, potential break of downward resistance here, potential break above 50 RSI, typically indicates bullish momentum, okay? And then I said that there was still 14 minutes left on the candle close, so that means obviously, we're looking, because this could pop above and then it could go right back down, okay? That's a possibility. So we wouldn't want to enter then, okay? That's another problem with this scenario. If I said enter here and it went back down below the resistance line, then the play is invalidated, okay? So that's why I said that there was still 14 minutes left here on the candle close, because that was something that was crucial. And then the SL that would make sense was around 73.69. Okay, and I said it's not really much of a confident play unless we get a confirmed candle close above in 14 minutes, then it becomes a bit more decent. Okay, so the whole play was talking about a break of the downward resistance, and then I say unless we get a confirmed candle close in 14 minutes, then it becomes a bit more decent. What did we get here? We got a confirmed candle close on that candle, okay, right here. That was your entry, okay, from right here. Unless we get a confirmed candle close, there's your confirmed candle close. Okay, I don't think the play could have got too much more clear than that. All right, I understand some people, you know, they just want the number. I get it, but you can't always give the number on certain plays like these, because what happens if the candle goes back inside? What happens if someone comes back and they jump in on the way down? Okay, and I understand that's up to the person, but I have a responsibility to the whole group, and I also need to make sure that, you know, people are understanding what I'm doing. Some people are very much here to learn. Some people did well on this play. Like I said, I got DMs from people who really did good on the play, and you know, I saw people in the chat who missed it, but they missed it because they didn't understand. So what does a confirmed candle close mean? A confirmed candle close means that the candle closes outside of the resistance. It's really no more you know, complicated than that. Here's the candle open. Obviously there's the wick, and then here's the opening, here's the closing, and here's the high, the high wick on the price. But here's where it closed. Okay, so what I was saying was we wanted to enter on a confirmed candle close above the resistance. Okay, unless we get a confirmed candle close above in 14 minutes. And then, like I said, you know, it's nothing special in my opinion, but depending on your risk, it's a potential trade to look at. And here's why I have to say these things, guys. If you have a portfolio, let's say your portfolio is 0.1 Bitcoin, is this the type of trade you want to take, an intraday risky play based on a breakout? Not really. Okay, so you have to, I want people to understand these plays and understand when they're going to go wrong. So if you hopped in on the candle close, right, you set your stop loss rate below the nearest support level. If it happened to start coming back down and it did, say, let's say it retested and it didn't bounce off the retest, it came back down, you probably just want to close as soon as possible. Okay, people need to understand these plays and what they mean. At you know, at that point I said, you know, like so far I said we had a harsh rejection, but keep an eye on it. And then I said I got a shower and everything above still stands. So, you know, we got that close. You had multiple closes outside. You had a bunch of candles to get into if you wanted to take the trade. And then we took the trade. Confirmed closes, guys. Confirmed close above the resistance. Just look at the downward resistance and look at the confirmed closes, okay? I'm sorry, you know. I don't know how to make it much more clear. Hopefully that will guide people into the future as to what to look for on these type of plays. It's a bit of a high intensity play, but there was a good amount of time to get in on these confirmed candle closes, okay? And I really hope you do see my perspective as well as to where I have to look out for those who are trying to build a small portfolio. So if I'm just saying long 74.43, then everyone and their mom, even the people with you know, very small portfolios, are going to long. And this isn't the type of play where they should be entering. It's not the type of play where, you know, if you have a little bit of spare capital to risk, you know, say you made a really good play yesterday or something, or you made a really good play a few days ago, and you made like 0.5 BT or 0.05 BTC. Maybe you want to risk a 0.01 or a 0.02 on a play like this. Okay. That's why I can't just say long this number, and sometimes I do. Like I said, you know, if it's a bigger play, if it's a more long-term play, then you know, I can say things with more confidence as to where they should bounce and where the stop loss should be. But when it comes to a short-term intraday play like this, you need to understand the play, understand the risk, and based on that, you should vary your position sizes. Like, I didn't use my average position size that I would use for like a long-term play that I used for this. I used about a third of my average position size. Okay, so say I typically use like 50,000 contracts. For here, I used like 15,000. Okay, you need to weigh personal risk in terms of the confidence of the play. All right, that's the point I'm trying to get across here. And yeah, that's really the outline of this trade, guys. I understand, you know, if some of you guys missed it, hopefully this makes some more sense. I am sorry that you did miss it. For those that got in, congrats, good job. But at the end of the day, you know, it is my job to make sure that everyone understands what's going on. So let's make sure too we're always respectful to each other in the chat. I do appreciate those who were backing me up and saying, you know, everything made perfect sense and whatnot. But we do need to understand too that some of the members in the group are very much beginners, and you know, they didn't even know what a candle close was, and that is completely okay. You know, on one hand, I do think that if you studied a lot of my content, you watched a lot of my videos, you should really know what a candle close is. If you watch the high intensity videos, you should know what a candle close is. But I'm never going to be mad at anyone for not knowing something or terminology. You know, I'm here to help, I'm here to teach, so it's all good. Moving forward, I mean, I basically have this range blued here because we're sort of just chopping around in this range. We're bull flagging here. What I would do is I'd probably just keep an eye, look for, you know, if we do some type of a bearish divergence, we might want to close more position. So, you know, if we're making a higher high here on the price and RSI doesn't make a higher high, something like that, and we start to get a bear div, then we probably want to close another, let's say if we're 50% closed right now, we probably want to close another 25%, another 30% of position at that point. Do we want to flip to short? Once again, a risky play, but if we're near the top here, and once again, this is where you can you know, sort of get a taste of you know what I'm talking about here. If we're near the top here and we get some type of a bear div, right? Okay, so we get a bear div here. You can actually probably get a decent position off. Why? Because look, here's your stop right above the resistance level. Okay, you want to utilize these supports and resistances to your advantage. And then there's your target. Risk reward is a 7.37. Okay, so is it some type of long-term confident play? Not really. But does it have a good risk reward as an intraday play? It does. Okay, so that is something you can keep an eye on moving forward. All right, hopefully this video explains everything. If you have any questions, you can always DM me. I'm happy to talk to everyone. Thank you very much, and have a great day.